Greetings and welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Gyesie, transformational coach here at Inner Mileage, where we help folks transform so they can overcome limiting self-beliefs and live resonant lives based on inspired action right here, right now. Today we're going to talk about 7 paradigm shifting ways to build boundaries with narcissists. 7 paradigm shifting ways to build boundaries with narcissists. So this is relevant to anyone who's trying to set boundaries with a narcissist, who's said no to a narcissist, who's even tried being firm with a narcissist, maybe even gone no contact. But no matter what you've done, the narcissist somehow find a way back in. This is for you. So the truth about traditional boundary setting is it fails. It fails with narcissists, mainly because they don't see boundaries in the way you do, narcissists that is. To them, a boundary is not about respect, it's a challenge. It's an invitation to test, manipulate, and break you. This is how they view it, narcissists. So today I'm going to focus on 7 advanced boundary setting techniques that narcissists cannot break. These aren't just psychological tricks. These are deep, energetic, and esoteric strategies that shift the game completely. And you'll walk away from this video not just knowing how to set boundaries, but how to make yourself completely unreachable to a narcissist influence. This is what this video is about. So we're going to start with the first of the 7 boundaries. And the first of the 7 is the no reaction boundary. The no reaction boundary, no reaction, which is basically breaking the addiction of the narcissist to your emotions. So let's start with the foundations of this, which is rooted in no reaction. And it's rooted in a study, a 2018 study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, 2018 study that found that individuals with high narcissistic traits rely on emotional responses from others to reinforce their self-esteem. They do. Therefore, the more you react, whether it's anger, explanation, or even trying to be reasonable, the more they feel in control. The secret? There's this notion of a 0-point neutrality. This is a concept from polyvagal theory, which explains that when you regulate your nervous system, you stop giving off the energetic cues that narcissists use to manipulate you, because we broadcast, right? When you refuse to react, the narcissist loses interest because their manipulation depends on getting an emotional charge out of you. So think of it like a power cord. If you don't plug it in, there's no electricity to run on. But there's a trick here that your initial attempts at this may escalate the narcissistic behavior only because the narcissist believes you're not noticing what you're doing, so they will escalate it to trigger you. And it's important to recognize that this is all about getting the narcissist to lose interest. Therefore, no reaction. No reaction. The second strategy I'll talk about is the gray aura, some call it the gray technique, the gray rock, but this is a gray aura technique, which is draining their interest without conflict. So you most likely are familiar with gray rocking, where you act boring so the narcissist loses interest in you. But let's take it a step further. And instead of acting indifferent, you shift the energetic frequency, because everything is energy. This is called the gray aura technique. It's rooted in Vedic energy work. And Dr. Judith Orloff, who specializes in narcissistic relationships, she wrote a great book on it, and I learned from that and apply that actually. It describes how narcissists are energy vampires. They are. They scan for emotional vibrations they can latch onto. And when you lower your vibrational output, removing excitement, fear, warmth, or confrontation, you become energetically invisible to them. So to practice this goes like so. Breathe in deeply and visualize your aura dimming into a natural or neutral gray, kind of like my sweater. Then detach emotionally from their words. Don't imagine fighting back. Imagine their energy simply passing through you. And then lower your vocal tone, like I'm doing now. Slow your speech. This signals subconsciously that you are no longer emotionally engaging. This is on an energetic. It's an energetic way of, with good spiritual hygiene, remove yourself from this. The third strategy is the mirror shield, which is a narcissist repellent in disguise, the mirror shield. And this is because most people try to argue with a narcissist, and it's a big mistake because narcissists are undefeated when it comes to their commitment to misunderstanding you. So what you need is a mirror. And this is in many ways called the karmic mirror approach, or the mirror shield approach. It works because narcissists expect you to absorb their projection. They do. Here you go, take it. But when you reflect their behavior instead, they see themselves which they hate. What's the evidence of this? There's a 2020 study in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that when people mirrored manipulative behavior in a non-emotional way, it disrupted the manipulator's script, making them uneasy. It did. And how to use it. For example, when they gaslight you, you don't argue. You could say something like, "That's an interesting perspective." But I have to say that using this mirror shield requires knowledge of what narcissistic abuse is. If not, it will not work in the appropriate way. Then when they accuse you of being selfish, you can calmly say, and it's always key to remain calm with a narcissist. It's fascinating how perspectives shift over time. It neutralizes the power. This scrambles their manipulation script because everything they're saying is from a script to you. So it forces them to self-reflection, which is their greatest fear. So anything you can do that shifts the narcissist into self-reflection. And here you must do it skillfully, particularly if you don't have the option of totally going no contact. You must use it skillfully with the awareness that you've come to a point of being able to predict the narcissist's behavior. And the fourth strategy I want to talk about is the time distortion trick, which is to make your boundaries stick. Because narcissists typically expect immediate compliance. If you break that expectation, you break their control. So in a 2022 study in personality and individual differences, it found that narcissists thrive on instant gratification. And when they don't get immediate feedback, their confidence drops. So whenever they ask for something unreasonable, don't say outright no. Just say something like, "I'll think about it." Or "Let me get back to you on that." It disrupts their sense of urgency, forcing them into doubt and hesitation, which weakens their control over you. See? So use time to your advantage with a narcissist. It's very key. Then number 7, or the final point I want to talk about here is the silent cutoff, which is disappearing without a fight. This is the most powerful boundary, silence, silencio. There's many studies available on this, but I'll reference one in particular in 2021 that found that narcissists experience the highest distress when ignored or denied closure. I'll say it again. This study found that narcissists experience the highest distress when ignored or denied closure because their entire game depends on you engaging, even if it's negative attention. So the strategy is, don't announce you're leaving. Just vanish. No texts, no explanations, no dramatic exits, just gone. Gone, gone, gone. This starts them of the dopamine fix, forcing them to move on. But ultimately, it's about if it's available to you to cut narcissists off, because there's really no benefit to being in a relationship with a narcissist. Unless you have no options, then you have to manage it, right? But generally, if the idea is to be purged and free from narcissistic entanglements. If this sounds like you and you're struggling with this type, transform in the comment section or send me a message at nana@innermileage.com or check out my Escaping Narcissistic Abuse course, also at innermileage.com. I want to know what your experience with this has been. You realize that most people teach boundaries as a defense mechanism, but true boundaries are power. And when you master these techniques, you don't just set boundaries, you become unreachable. If this resonated, Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video, and also hit the notification button. And let us know which of these techniques resonate with you. And if I can be of help, once again, type transform. And remember, there's absolutely no one like you. Keep radiating love. Peace.